The dwarves of Khazad-dûm have come to the aid of men, but it's not the men of Rohan they here are defending at Helm's Deep, but the men of Dol Amroth as they look to defend this mighty citadel against an army of goblins and also mountain orcs in today's Dawnless Day siege battle. And a trebuchet already getting burned out there, which, to be fair, it's kind of a major point. It's a huge result there. We've got Hunters of Khazad-dûm. Archers here already being shot at as well by mountain orc traverses down here. So yes, in today's siege battle of Helm's Deep, we do have the not classic sort of factions that you typically see of Isengard and Rohan, and maybe Lothlorien as well, if you're doing maybe a more of a movie accurate sort of siege. But yeah, we do have the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm, which is a War of the Mountains faction, as is the Orcs of the North, which are being used here, and we can see there mountain orc traverses with their silly helmets. And we also have Dol Amroth, which is a Last Breath faction that's been used. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description of all the factions and of all the mods that are being used, all the sub-mods and stuff like that. We've got a bit of a mistake being made here by the Dol Amroth player. He's got his foot knights looking the wrong way. They're not even mounted on this side. So he's getting shot in the back. There's a bit of a mistake there by the player. Same here by the Daredel Swordmasters. The tier 2 swords unit here is getting shot for free. So yeah, the goblins here, you can see, taking full advantage of just really shooting these guys. I mean, it's not a bad idea, to be honest. And while that's been going on, the gates have been destroyed as well. And the dwarves have been taking advantage of that. They've been shooting phantoms with their crossbows, which is not a bad idea. It's not a great unit to be shooting either. But yeah, the archers doing great damage here. Those mountain orc traverses doing a lot of damage to that Hunters of Khazad-dûm. Half strength already. Great result there, that is for sure. So yeah, bad start you could say for the defenders. Hopefully they can start to turn it around. Balance power is not in their favor. 5,000 against 8,000. That is, yeah, not great, that's for sure. But you've got two strong factions. So dwarves are always strong, whatever the faction, whether it's a sub-mod or it's not a sub-mod. And then Dol Amroth, they're a really strong, well-rounded faction as well for men. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one goes down. I'm excited. Can't wait to see Dol Amroth get redone, because I know that they are redoing in the Last Breath. They're going to sort of change it a little bit, and maybe change its color as well. It's very bright blue, though Attila is a very dark game, so I can appreciate a bright blue faction to an extent. Probably go and get like they'll get reworks, and then they'll be so dark, like a dark blue, that we won't be able to see them anymore. Daredel Swordsman, after getting focused down as well, getting killed off here by Goblin of Black Shield Guard, a unit that's added through Warriors of Ardor, which is a unit add-on submod, which has added a whole bunch of factions. So there's quite a few factions. In this case, Goblins are the highlighted faction today, as we have Black Shield Guard here being featured. Yeah, it's nice, I guess. We do Helm's Deep quite often, and it's always usually the same factions. You know, people want to send in their own version of sort of, you know, like the movie. And I don't mind. I love covering Helm's Deep. It's always a really fun one. It's certainly there's certainly a way and a knack to winning it if you're an attacker or a defender. I mean, as a defender, if you wanted to play a really boring game, waste someone's hour, just sit at the top here and just defend this bit. But yeah. I'd say fighting over this bit, you know, makes it a bit more fun, a bit more fair for both sides. But I certainly think there's a good way to win it as the attackers as well. You've just got to be patient to an extent, and don't take too many losses in this early stage, fighting for this deeping wall here, and taking out units like Champions of Dor and Il. If they're going to fight down here, that's a win, that's for sure, for the attackers there. If they can get those guys killed off with archer fire, rather than saving them to the final defense, which I always find is harder to shoot into to an extent. The attackers were doing a great job earlier shooting with crossbows. That was, like I said, a rare mistake I feel like the defenders won't be making again. Yeah, good result there. And yeah, Champions of Dor and Il actually are starting to slap up these Black Shield Guard here. So yeah, the Goblin Black Shield Guard, I don't think they're better, really, than the typical Goblin Blade Warriors, but people bring them anyway. Trebuchet here, the last defense as well for Dol Amroth. So yeah, they've got a whole bunch of tricks up their own sleeves of the defenders here. As do the attackers with those trolls. So yeah, we've got mountain trolls here. can be quite useful. You're going to have to make sure that no ammo is left. We saw in a recent Moria video, if you haven't checked that out, I'll leave a link for it probably somewhere at the end, or, you know, maybe about now.
An entire unit has perished.
And yeah, the Mountain Trolls, they got sent in early. One of them got okay kills, one of them not so great kills. You've got to wait until ammo is pretty low before you start sending those guys in, especially with crossbows around and about with the Hunters of Khazad-dûm, and I bet that's why he's brought them. I can't remember if Khazad-dûm has better missiles available. Or faction I already play often with War of the Mountains units. But I'm guessing they have better crossbows available. So it's chosen to bring the cheap ones and just bring them for crossbow sakes just to kill trolls. And I don't blame them. It'd be interesting to see what the funds are as well, because Foot Knights of Dol Amroth being on the front lines is kind of insane, to be honest. Though it does seem like Dol Amroth is pretty early committed. He's got pikes here. His Tirithir Sentinels, and he's got Champions of Dol and Ill. I'd still say it's a pretty, you know, expensive defense here. We've got, yeah, like, we've got Watchers of Miramir and Guards of Durance. That's a solid defense there, which I'm not really a big fan of this, which is why I quite like when people just do good old Rohan versus Isengard. Isengard has the pikes so they can take advantage of that choke point. When a defender has pikes to put in there, it does kind of make it quite easy to defend. And quite frustrating. Big difference is, with no Isengard, no one can blow up the wall either, so we're not going to see this get blown up for a change, which is a bit of a shame, because it's kind of one of the cool features of the Helm's Deep. If you're new around here and you haven't seen a Helm's Deep Siege or a Helm's Deep replay, I'd go and recommend going and watching one of the ones with Isengard and Rohan here. From recent years, because certainly some of the early ones, modern ones, you could do this. But the map added, all added by the developers of the mod, they've managed it so this is a unique explosion when you blow up this wall with sappers. Very, very cool. Only with the sappers. If you blow it up with a capel, it won't do the job. And there you go, mass route along the line here. You can see a lot of Blade Warriors here. Oh, jeez, yeah, a lot of Blade Warriors getting routed, actually. Yikes. That is not a good sign. Hopefully they've got more. I mean, it does look like there's plenty more goblins back here. Hyper-Dane's guards come forward as well. So yeah, also, yeah, Orcs of the North, I think they also have goblins in their roster as well. So yeah, a lot of goblins in today's siege. And yeah, we've got, yeah, Tomb Raiders, lots of very capable shock infantry back here. Goblin bodyguards, we've got Champions of Dol Guldur. Yeah, Gundabad Warlords, yeah, they've got lots back here. Goblins probably have their own, yeah, Goblin bodyguards by the looks of it, yep. It looks like they are shooting the Goblin King. They are definitely gen sniping off those defenders. A bit shameless, I won't lie. What have we got here? Knights of Silver Swan. We've got Balin as well as the main general for the defense for the Dwarves. But yeah, it looks like right now the defenders are holding strong. It looks like they are using some ammo with the Prince's Marksman here to focus some units down. Good to see they haven't really got supply barrels. They have got them down here. Doesn't look like they're going to use them though. Or at least, I don't know, maybe not. A bit worryingly though that the Goblins have already used up a lot of their ammo. They've probably got some okay kills. But yeah, they are certainly using it very early on. Goblins fighting the Knights of Dol Amroth here. And have no problem dealing with little ankle biters of the Knights, I'd imagine. I think, in my opinion, these are one of the best units around, that's for sure. Really are. They're generally like one of the best swords around. Last Gallon Blades might beat them maybe slightly, but yeah, they're a solid unit. What do we got here? Khazad Legionnaires. The Legions of Khazad-dûm. Got Mordor Uruks landing as well. I've just seen them just arrive into the mass. So yeah, running into a hill there. Yeah, got Mordor Uruks on loan to the Goblins, but yeah, they are going in now. They might make a difference. It's the first shock landing on the wall there. And looks also like the first few units here breaking as well. Foot Knights of Dol Amroth also started to break, along with Daradel's swords there, yeah. So we are starting to see a few units crumble here and there. Not masses, I would say, for the defenders. They're still holding pretty strong right now. But they have got like a 3,000 man disadvantage to sort of, you know, even up first. But then killing off a couple of waves is not bad. 4,300. They've already lost 1,000 troops and killed about 1,200. That's not good ratio, actually, at all for the defenders. That is not a good start at all. Kind of waiting. They bring it forward a siege tower. I don't think this is going to achieve anything. We've got Sons the Eye bringing it forward as well. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is there. It's a little bit laggy as well, by the way. I don't know really why. And that's a terrible trebuchet shot. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy. I don't know whether it's the map or whether it's just the amount of units. I really don't know. I've tried to close a few things to see whether that sorts it out. Actually, it did hit, actually. The trebuchet shot. A wild shot, to be honest, in my opinion. I mean, you're firing towards a clump of, like, friendlies and enemies. I mean, there's a lot of enemies up here, in fairness. Like that, right? There's a lot of goblins here. If you get a good shot, you are going to hit some of these Khazad-dûm legionnaires, I think, as well. Like, you can't even see the goblin here. I mean, it's kind of partly because their armor is also black, like the goblins, but there aren't many of them down there. They're getting surrounded right now. You see a small bunch of them here. Is that a hit again? Oh yeah, that was another hit. That one went short. There's nothing there to see anymore, but the trebuchet keep firing over there. Good for the attackers. I mean, yeah, it's already at less than half ammo, or about half ammo maybe, slightly less. But yeah, that's good there. And we've got Servants of the Eye going in. This big mistake here by the attacker. Servants of the Eye, once they've been dismounted, actually act pretty well as a as an infantry unit. So yeah, this actually can turn into a really good melee infantry unit. 65-man unit becomes 65 tanks. Actually saving them to the last might be a good idea, and they're chevroned up as well. So yeah, it might be a good idea to hold on to them. Trolls are moving. A bit concerned that they might be getting committed already, which is not a good idea. And it looks like finally, yeah, because they've won some engagements elsewhere, the goblins are getting off the wall. Well, I'm going to see a fight in the sort of like the open down here. Champions of Dol Amroth fighting against the goblins. I'm really glad that we're not doing a Helms Deep at night. Everyone seems to be doing Helms Deep at night as well. Terrible idea. Just end up just not being able to see anything. Yeah, for some reason, like I said, don't know why, it's getting some lag randomly.
And are fleeing.
There you go, Champions of Dol Amroth. They've been slain. I think that was mainly because of the archer fire coming from outside and artillery firing in here, trying to hit those mortar orcs. Oh, I mean, it's an okay target to hit. Not a very large target. I mean, now they're going to be able to take out these supply barrels of the goblins. Yeah, there you go. That's a big win in a way. That's a big win for the goblins. Looks like they actually have just finished off the champions. Dol Amroth, they've re-rallied. And it looks like they are going to take the dwarves out here as well. I'm a bit concerned now because obviously they've pretty much taken a wall of the goblins. And now we're just going to have a citadel defense in that last sort of in the Hornberg, as it's known, I guess, like the castle itself. It's a little worrying that we might just see the dwarves and the Dol Amroth kind of camp out there. Yeah, you can kind of see this is the plan. Is to sort of hold here. We've got Manchu claimants, we've got Khazad-dûm. So yeah, there is a knack for taking Dol Guldur. Obviously, you're going to need to have vastly superior numbers. 6,800 against 3,800. It's still a 3,000 advantage, and we are actually seeing trolls go in, so I'm going to go back. Oh, yeah, they are dying. Yeah, this attacker, not thought this through, because they've still got so much ammo. You've got to save your ammo. Sorry, save your trolls for when they have no ammo. Because, yeah, these guys, these mountain trolls die easily. They're not like the Olokai. Olokai can soak up a couple of volleys of crossbow bolts, but even they will start to drop quite soon after. And they're also running into pikes, the Miramir Watchers here. It looks like they killed about 10 of them. And there you go, that troll unit's been massacred to a man. That, and they're what's really influencing this balance of power. But yeah, great win there for the defenders. That's kind of, you know, even things up after losing this wall over here. But yeah, you just need to kind of attrition down the defenders now. It's pretty much your play. It's going to be difficult to do. I mean, I think the best place to attack, which is sad because it then just kind of turns the Helm's Deep into a one-channel point, is here. This is where you attack. And yeah, as you can see, Dol Amroth's ready. He's got Tirith Air Sentinels, Amrothian Watchmen here. They are ready. Actually looks like they're sending Princess Marksman through. These guys have no ammo, maybe? They're going in. Yeah, they have no ammo, so at least it looks like they're sending more stuff down. That's kind of good. Sending stuff down to maybe actually, you know, fight a little more down here. Personally, I feel like you have to set limits for what you can leave at the top in that last part. I would say like a minimum, maximum, sorry, of like 10 units, of which like, I don't know, 2 could be pikes, maybe, something like that. Because honestly, like, yeah, it can, otherwise it can get pretty grueling. And then it just kind of makes the defenders have to, like, you know, kind of fight a bit more. Makes it a bit more desperate. But yeah, the Princess Marksman here fighting against High Chief Dane's Guards. They're going to win that one easily, the High Chief Dane's Guards. Yeah, well, I mean, they're still shooting units down here. I mean, they're shooting weakened units. It's pretty good, to be honest, with the Goblins. Shooting weakened Goblin Black Shield Guard. Take that any day of the week. They're still fighting over here? Oh, no, they've literally just... I was going to say, these Khazad Legionnaires I didn't think were still in the game, but they've just died now. So, yeah, it is pretty much coming into an assault on the Hornberg now. So, I hope you got yourselves some snacks and some drinks, because it's going to be a long one here. And you're going to need a bit of hydration for all the slaughter that's about to take place. So there's a lot of goblins I think they're going to be dying hit this afternoon. That is for sure. We've got mountain trolls going in here. And I think they're just going to... don't know if the player's not learned from his recent lesson. But yeah, it's just the same thing's going to happen here again. He's going to send these trolls in. And they're going to die. I think the other player, though, can bring Olokai. Like Tomb Raiders. He can bring... sorry, Tomb Raiders. Mountain Orcs, he can bring them because he has access to the Dol roster. So I'm pretty sure he can just bring Olokai. So why they didn't do that? Oh my gosh. Didn't really quite see that, but the bolts going into these trolls is brutal. It's just a pile up of dead trolls here now in front of the gate.
That's the thing.
But yeah, this is the sort of things where I'm like, you gotta have like maximum of like 10 units here, which, because like, that's already 3 units here defending this. I mean, this Amrothian Watchman, not that great. But, you know, in this spot here, might be able to hold for a little while. Fucking trolls. Just, poor guys. Poor guys, getting murdered. I'll just come back to you. Just, you know, appreciate you a little bit more before you get murdered there. Yeah, that's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I don't know if I count this one, 24, 25 units in here. And then I guess, yeah, I just not even counting the guys in this other little annex over here. So yeah, you're looking at like 28, 29 units here. Like they're still alive. That's like 3 times what I think you should really have left in here. If you're going to make sort of like a fun competitive match, it'd be interesting to see. It might, you know, if the defenders really throw this, they are still sending troops down, maybe because they realise they probably should fight more there, because they got kind of blitzed, and they have quite a lot defending that last stage. We'll see. yep, they're sending more champions to the door and nil down. They'll do some damage. I also think the strategy here from the Dol Amroth player might be just to, you know, pin stuff with like 1 or 2 units here, and then just machine gun any unit engaging the sally out force here with the crossbows and archers, because they do have a really good angle. I don't know if we'll be able to appreciate it ourselves with the camera, but the physics of Total War allows you to pretty much, you can sort of see here. It's just kind of like, you can see sort of at the bottom right of your screen, the ongoing combat, and the archers here on your left, they're just shooting down straight into that. And that's their strategy. That is generally, I feel like that could be their strategy for a while. Just keep slowly drip feeding defenders down, and that might work. It might work. It'll be a new strategy I've seen, and it's kind of at the same time being aggressive, which, in that sense, I can't then complain. As a commentator, because you know what, I watch these videos like only so far. I don't necessarily know what's going to happen the whole way through, so I don't know the whole strategy before I like go, yeah, this one will be good enough for a video. And sometimes I don't even watch the videos because I just get such a great review. I don't need to. I get basically a blow by blow of what's going to happen. Yeah, this one I was told is very intense. Don't know whether it's necessarily very close. Very intense would suggest maybe. An intense finish. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, it looks like the archers will die, which makes sense. The champions of Dol and though, they're combat even, and they're getting shot as well. At least that clump of Dol Amroth troops getting shot.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Yeah, they are starting to lose now.
Shameful
to be honest, if I was the attackers, I'd probably save my ammo for pikes now. You might get a chance where you get a chance to shoot them. I mean, if they were able to shoot over the top of this here and then shoot to the back of these guys, they probably could hit these Terrathea Sentinels. They have actually got missile block, though, which is part of the problem there. So they are going to have a problem there. Oh, no, we are actually seeing an aggressive push here as well from the Dwarves. What's this unit? Durin's Old Mythos Guard. Oh, it's basically just the camera here is awful. I do apologize, guys. So I can't really help you too much. But yeah, here we go. Champions. It's basically the Durin's Old Guard. They're pretty much just Manchu claimants with a massive hammer. Pretty much is what they are. They are getting charged. They are getting charged by the goblins and shot in the back. So they actually are getting some pretty good kills here. Now we're going to see. Yeah, they're baiting them back up here, so the hunters of Khazad-dûm can start blasting. But, I mean, they're shooting weakened Black Shield Guard and a weakened Uruk of Mordor. Not exactly a prime target. I wouldn't say it's a great haul there for the defenders. And there you go. They've actually sort of got in. This, I imagine, will be the furthest they get, but they're cutting down more of those dwarves. Good on the goblins. I feel like in reality, if you were like shooting point blank range like this, and with like how fast this battle's kind of moving around you, you're just as likely to hit a dwarf there as you are to hit a orc. This is kind of the only downside of this this map, is the camera is just a real pain. There's a sacrifice I'm willing to deal with. Oh, this... Have they pulled back the pikes? I think they have. Yeah, they pulled back the pikes. I don't know why. Maybe just because it's just infantry going in. I mean, at that point, just keep the pikes in there. We've got High Chieftain's Guard and we've got Goblin Bodyguards going in. I think these are both the... Well, these are orcs to the north. So yeah, is each dedicated to attacking the gate? Might be. Anyway, he's fighting in there against the spear. You know, he's like the guards Durin's Gate. I knew it was something along that line. Oh, the pikes are back. I can see them in the back lines there. They're being brought forward again. If only they go into melee with their swords out, just to even the fight up, that would be appreciated, I'm sure. Good thing there's just no Iron Guard or anything to defending it. And it looked like, yeah, Khazad-dûm doesn't have access to those. I mean, those Durin's Guard are pretty solid anyway. They'll hold the line for ages. Oh my gosh, I don't even think they even started with this, but these Hunters of Khazad-dûm have got silver chevrons. I think that's from killing trolls. They've just got insane like chevrons because they kill stuff way above their like for like their value. So they're killing like high value stuff, so they get like decent chevrons. I don't know. I think that's the logic behind it. They are helping to beat these bodyguards and these chieftains guarding there for the goblins, or for the orcs of the north. Yeah, they've lost 15 guards during. That's definitely not a good trade. The Watchers of Mirrormere, which is, if you don't know what Mirrormere is, it's the big pool that is around Moria. Well, they've also lost only 15 guys, so yeah, not doing a lot of damage right now. Now the assault. Oh, what are the trebuchets going for? Well, they're going for nothing because they missed everything there. They even missed the. Yeah, like look at that. This Mordor Uruk there just got some crispy feet, and that is it. But yeah, they have finally started their assault over here. High Chieftains guards going in, fighting the Amrothian Watchmen. That's not a bad start there.
The unit has used all available ammunition.
The goblins can easily kill those Watchmen off. That might just lower the count a bit. Let's look at the numbers actually. 3,200 against 6,000 dead. So yeah, they've lost about 600 allied troops because I think they had about 3,800 against 6,800. So actually, not bad ratios still for the attackers. They're still grinding down these defenders pretty well. Defenders though can definitely up the cheese if they want to. If they wanted to, they could let the attackers in a little bit more. Set these archers up to sort of on the back wall where they were initially. You can see where these dwarves are being shot. Set them up here. They can shoot into the backs of all these melees that are going on here. That is one of the cheesy strategies I've seen. And since I think I showcased it, I'm not going to blow my trumpet because I'm sure it's been spread around by players as well. But since I showed it off once in a video, it happened increasingly a lot more in a lot more Helms Deep videos I've seen. So yeah, I think players have cottoned on to that. We've got good side shots there from the Goblin Heavy Archer. It's getting really nice side shots into the Mancha claims here. That's good. That's something as well I always keep saying as well. It's like, if you can get the range set up down here, just side shot. If you're going to get side shotted by the Hunters of Khazad-dûm, let them be side shotted as well. And yeah, they're happily sitting here. They don't need to keep all three of these units stacked here. The Mancha claimers alone would be enough. To be honest, I would have the Foot Knights there on their own and just have everything else safely back in the Citadel. But there you go. They're happily going to get side shot. That volley actually did not kill a single Manchu claimer. But they're taking some steady losses there. And that's another Goblin unit without any ammo now. That's more concerning. High Chieftain's guards. I don't know how healthy this one was, but it's broken. The Pikes are certainly winning decisively, I've seen. Never a good sign. Pikes winning decisively means that they're having an effect. And, these territory centers are solid though. They are very, very nasty. I think I have two of them, defenders, which is concerning. So yeah, they actually do some decent damage. We have got this Watchman dying. Doesn't matter though, plenty of Foot Knights here to send in if they want to, and they've got, veterans of Khazad-dûm. I'm just thankful that they don't have any supply barrels here, and they're actually sending in the Servants of the Eye, and they actually are killing stuff down here. What are they killing? Watchers of Mirrormere, or are they killing the spears? No, they're killing the spears, yeah. Guards of Durin's Gate are slowly dying. That's good. Yeah, I don't know really what they can do. I mean, what else they can do? They've committed a lot of their stuff. There's a lot of shock out here. We have got pole arms as well, thankfully. I was going to say, Goblins still have access to them, and they have brought some, which is good. I wouldn't say they're anywhere near the sort of stuff the Dwarves and Dol Amroth are bringing, but they are good. Oh, I think these are Hunters that are in here. I was like, are these the reason that the Servants are winning? They pulled through? No, they have. They've just sent the Hunters out. I think these guys are out of ammo. They've been sent out here to die. Yeah, these are the guys with the silver chevron. No, they deserve better. Going to be massacred by Gundabad warlords. Well, it brings up their kill count. I don't think it's going to get much higher. It's still not got through that unbreakable line there of Pikes and Spearmen. Well, I don't know why I was struggling with that. It really was. Couldn't think of the word for spear. This is kind of why you bring Isengard. I did a video years ago. It generally might be a year and a bit, maybe 2 years ago, ranking like siege factions, putting them in like the top 5. And I have Isengard as number 1. I still would put Isengard number 1, I think. As long as you do, because now, especially now they're wargs as well, so you have a way to counter a Salyao. You have so many units that can get you out of a sticky spot, like that gate we just looked at. Like they have a gate there with pikes and spears. What do you do to get through that apart from use your own pikes? But they're better pikes than your pikes as Isengard. Like they're really small pikes, but they're not the best pikes. Bring grenadiers, bring sappers. You just blow a hole in their line. If they're gonna stand there, they stay stuck there. You just blow them up. And if they do see your guys coming forward with grenadiers, and they're like, "Oh, we'll run away." Have a sword ready with the grenadiers. Run in and take that space. Because all you have to do is take this space here, and then you have access to these doorways on either side. And there's another one here. And then you can get onto the top of the wall, and then there's just archers up here to kill. And then you open up Helm's Deep a little bit more. Which is kind of why Isengard is OG, and why people always bring it when you're playing Helm's Deep, you know? And people just like, oh yeah, we'll do Isengard versus Rohan. Helm's Deep's not it's a really good map. Rohan's a pretty rubbish siege faction, but Helm's Deep makes them look good. It's that strong, it's that hard to take. Like Dwarves and Dol Amroth, they're good siege factions, and they're now on a really strong fortress. So, like I said, they could be interesting to see how this goes. 2,800 now against 5,300. I'd certainly say that gap's been closed a bit since we've last checked in. The attackers had about 6,000, so they've got another 700. Defenders only lost 200. That's good ratio at the moment for the defenders. I think it's just quite a bit more is being sent in now. Like they're actually attacking a bit more up here. Oh gosh, yeah, they're really just not like zooming out there. They're attacking a bit more over here. Oh, and they shoot this pole arm as well. This must be one of 2. Yeah, they've got the second one still out there. But yeah, the pole arm's getting shot. It's just stood here. It's just passively standing here. It's not even advancing forward. Get it forward, so it can at least, affect this melee over here. But right now, yeah, just getting shot by the hunters. Yeah, because they're attacking on more than one front now, the attack, because they are obviously losing 3 times the number as quickly as they can. And these aren't advantageous choke points. You generally are just having to ram men in and hoping that eventually you'll just kill enough that you might find a breakaway through. Right now, I'm not seeing a viable one for the attackers. I'm not seeing a 1-1 up here. It's still a long way to go in this siege. Gate might be the most likely at the moment. These Watchers of Mirror are dying, but not enough. Yeah. Or maybe all the steps. If they could get all their archers set up here and they can just keep shooting into the sides of this, this might work. But the hunters are doing a bit of a number on everything that comes up here. Yeah, these pole arms, they're coming forward but slowly. I think maybe pathfinding this ramp is not the greatest. But I can't complain about that to the developers. They've done a very good job of making the map itself. There's always going to be a few kinks and issues with it. And also, this isn't the way you're supposed to attack anyway. You're not supposed to come in this way. This is the sneaky way. No one knows about this. I do think I remember on the first time we did showcase Helm's Deep, someone did just sneak in through here. And then people were like, oh, we need to defend there. Didn't realise that was a spot that needed defending. But yeah, if you get in through here, you probably think, if you haven't seen Helm's Deep, you then come in through this doorway here, and then you reappear over here. And you have access to the inner keep, Hornberg. So it is a very important place to actually defend. So why there is quite a lot of troops defending here, like being put here. Polearms are winning, but they are just fighting archers. If they were fighting maybe the swords or the shock, I'd get a bit more excited, but they are just fighting archers, which is, yeah, a great shame. I don't know whether the archers, if they all massed up and shot at the dwarves, I don't know actually. I think they are trying to do that anyway. It looks like they are. A lot of arrows flying. Oh god, wow, what angle do we have there? A lot of archers are already firing at the hunters of Khazad-dûm, I think. And I don't think they're getting many kills. I see a lot of arrows fly over the hunter's head, not hit. yeah, I think the crossbows are now starting to have a bit more of an effect on these poor pole arms. So it's the eye being sent in. These guys might have a bit more joy, and it actually looks like these foot knights are losing down here. That's kind of exciting. I always kind of do root for the attackers in these Helms Deep battles. Usually, they usually end up having a pretty rough start. They had a pretty decent start here, but then it seems to run into a lot of hard work. And also, like I said, the defenders stack so much upwards here. So I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I think they are going to drop soon. No, they're still healthily in the 2000. The attackers have dropped below 5,000 though, which is concerning. But I mean, let's look at this. There's still quite a lot of crossbow ammo. I was going to say, at this stage of the game, if the attackers will still have their trolls, there isn't a lot of units that have ammo that could actually do anything. There's still a Princess Marksman over there with a lot of ammo, but it's pretty low on troops. This one's like got like what, a quarter of its ammo. This one's still got a lot of its crossbow ammo though, is this hunter here. So that would be concerning. Whether the trolls could actually go up this ramp here, I don't know. I guess they would then run the pikes, and that would not end well either. But yeah, if they still have the trolls now, might be able to do a bit more. I've been seeing a lot of troll commitment early on in games, and recently. And people's going, oh, if I send my trolls in, I'm going to win the combat. No, it's still very much like a glass cannon. They are a cannon, but they can die very quickly, especially mountain trolls. Mountain trolls, for some reason, have been assuming they just, will go in and do a lot of stuff. Has a doom in here. And there's two of the Sentinels. I don't know how many chevrons they started on. They're up to 3 bronze now. But yeah, they've lost what, like 40 guys? Not quite 40 guys, but they're getting close to. This is concerning because they've still got a healthy one here, which I think is going to replace the Watchers of Mirrormere, which are down to 63. Like I said, this is just kind of how you do it. You just kind of have to wear down your enemy as an attacker. Like these Watchers of the Mirrormere have slowly been being killed off. Yeah, they're down to 59 now and losing decisively. That's exciting. Yeah, it's about half and half. It's a 2-to-1 average, I'd say, which is it's winnable. That's for sure for the attackers. I'm excited. Wouldn't mind if they win. I mean, if it's a close game, that's at the end of the day. That's what you guys want to see. It's what I want to see. Watches the Mirrormere, yeah, 52. See these Turret of the Air start to lose. Oh, they are as well. I was going to say, if these Turret of the Air are losing, then that's even better. I mean, that's very exciting. And they are losing. That's really, really exciting. Yeah, I don't think they've got enough pikes to defend all these choke points. Yeah, they haven't. They already had the extra Turret of the Air. That's very, very exciting. Yeah, the pikes are losing now decisively. Don't know why. Don't ask. Don't ask. I don't know. They are. To a silver chevron, and they are no longer losing these Turret Sentinels. The crossbows are now getting involved as well. They've got their crossbows mounted up on here, and they're shooting into the they're shooting into the engagement down there as well. And that's causing the Servants of the Eye to lose, which I think is what they're targeting, because they are probably spearheading this assault a little bit. And then we actually managed to get Mountain Orc traverses onto the wall here. This is exciting. So they must have pushed. Yeah, they have. They pushed back far enough. And we're now seeing Orcs be sent up onto the wall, and that is great. They need to send more up, and then you should rush up as much as they can. Like get shock up here, get spears, get these cheap spears up here, get more shock up here, rush and just rush for the main point. That's what you need to do, because you can go right across here and go across that bridge, and you can go for the main point, and they have nothing really that's like got a lot of stopping power. The shock, yeah, it will hold you for a while. Got the Knights Silver Swan, but they can't really charge in that in this archway here. They kind of get bugged out. But yeah, that's really good. That is exciting to see. They need to get something better than Mountain Orc traverses up onto this wall before they get pushed off, because I'm sure they'll send a shock image to deal with them. We are seeing, Princess Marksman get chased off the wall. Yeah, it's starting. The evil forces are starting to grind their way through. You know, now I'm kind of more even. I'm kind of feeling like, you know, the attackers can maybe do this. Numbers-wise, what we're looking like. Nearly less than 2,000 for the defenders. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Oh, there you go. Finally, the Watchers of Mirror, they are actually, like really going to rout here. And this is what we're going to see the pikes get put in. I wonder whether they're going to save those for the last stage. What is up here now? The Champions of Dol Amroth up here. Jeez, and these guys are losing decisively, I think, because they're having to pull through. No, there's still full access to, I mean, maybe over here they're having a few problems. I think they're getting stabbed, I think, by Amroth and Watchmen as they go by. Yeah, they are. I can see a few dropping there. So that's what the problem is. Yeah, they just need to get just push back the Amroth and Watchmen a bit. You'd be fine. What is this thing in here? Mountain Orc traverses. They're going into melee. This seems messy on the wall over here. They are fighting up here now, which is exciting. That's good. Good sign. I haven't bothered to look on the other side recently, but I have a feeling they probably stalled their advance. Yeah, they have. They absolutely. This is just an impossible place to assault. Really, in my opinion, especially when there's a crossbow or an archer waiting on the side, get the side shots. Yeah, like I expected, not a lot has happened here, and if anything, the goblins are just setting up like archers and stuff just to kind of, you know, waste the defenders' time, keep them there, which is good. They're sending stuff. But yeah, it looks like the main push is going to come from this direction if it's going to come from anywhere. Champions of Dol Amroth. Oh, I tried to look on them. Champions of Dol Amroth going in. How many of them are left? 2. Yikes, they lost a lot. Hope they weren't all killed by Amrothian Watchmen. Because if so, that's a great result for those Watchmen. Across like 300, they're killing like half a unit that's worth like 1,200. There you go, Champions of Dol Amroth in. They are immediately winning as they slice and dice their way through these Watchmen, and what remains of, I think, a Knight of Dol Amroth here as well. Once they're through those, they can go straight for the archers. I think these Khazad Legionnaires, yeah, they're going to probably be sent up there. They won't be getting through anytime soon. But it's straining the defenses. There's nothing else coming up. This is a shame. And we're going to see Champions. I think we are. Champions of Dor Anil. They're going to. Well, they were going to, I think, go down into the gate and sort of side charge. But we have got goblins now rushing up to try and stop them. These goblin spearmen here. I think they're another Warriors of Arda unit, actually. Yeah, they're being sent up and they're trying to poke and kill these Champions of Dor Anil. Hopefully they get some decent kills in there. Like the Amrothian Watchmen did to the Dol Amroth champions. There you go. Looks like they're still going up where they can. Still pressing forward here, trying to push back the Amrothian Watchmen. They're losing those Watchmen, in fairness. Looks like, yeah, geez, look at that. You can they're just about holding those Champions of Dor Anil from going down into the gate. Look at that, they're just piling up the Orcs. Like, come on, push them back, push them back. And yeah, a great struggle there. They're re-energized as well, I'd say, this choke point to try and break through. A lot of wavering units, though. Going off there, was that artillery still? I don't know. I don't know what that thump was, but maybe yeah, the artillery still has ammo. Probably still has like a slight bit of ammo. We're gonna see a charge somewhere here, and what the United Silver Swan players doing out here. Maybe just coming out for some rallies. More than likely that is the case. Terror Sentinels yet to be committed, which is why these Amorous and Watchmen are kind of struggling. You're going to see a general be sent in. Nazgul, Summons the Eye might be maybe going in. Surely not. He's ready though. Looks like he's ready. I mean, I think he's still got plenty of shock to commit, so send them in first. Yeah, Tomb Raiders, and we got Kamul over here. I didn't realize you could bring him as like a combat gen, but he apparently can. And we got Tomb Raiders here as well. I guess he's probably just bugged out, hasn't he, how he's got Kamul. I know you can do that. Another elite shock to send in. You know what? And I'm all for it. Send him in. Send him in. The grind continues over here. Have they made any ground, the attackers? Probably not. Probably not. Will they? We'll wait and find out. Pike as well is by 41. I don't think that's dropped since we last checked. No, all these units up here are breaking. It does look like Champions of Dol Guldur still in the fight, but the spears broke. They're kind of pushing back the Champions of Dornell here. Definitely quality-wise as well. The champions are definitely better than... that actually doesn't clear up at all because they're both champions, aren't they? Dol Guldur's shock is better here than Dol Amroth's. Both champions of something, aren't they? One of Dol Guldur, one of Dornell. And there you go, there's a mass rout assault by the gate. We're going to see a reclamation here, I think, of the gate. And yeah, we've got Tomb Raiders here. I think we're going to go into sort of like up onto the wall. They're now having to fight here in the actual gate itself by the looks of it. Or maybe they're going to try and escape. They might try and escape here, looking like it. Trying to get out of here. And they actually kind of are side charging the champions of Dornell there. Yeah, and that's going to be that's a gone unit, I think. If they can overwhelm this, and then they can then rush for this gate, for this bridge over here, and there's nothing actually in the final choke point. My gosh, I mean, they are going to kind of run into the gauntlet a little bit here. Numbers-wise, what we're looking like, 1,600 against 2,600. Very nice. Not too bad. Running out of ammo. Pikes are low. There's still one healthy one, concerningly. Defenders could be on the ropes here. Could be on the ropes. Got a brave defense here from a few Durins. I don't know what this unit's called. Durin's Old Mithril Guard. Must have a new one now for those to be called the old ones. Still a bit of ammo coming in, I can see that. But yeah, Tomb Raiders here bashing in the skulls of the men of Dol Amroth. And that guy definitely got killed by friendly fire. I do not think he was whacked by a Tomb Raider. I think he was shot. Smashing the skulls of these men in. Eat their man flesh. And these pikes are losing. That is worrying. If you're rooting for the defenders, if you're like me, I'm team attackers. Also concerning that is, yeah, Nazgul Summons the Eye. That is the general in there. That is concerning. He should not be in there. He's winning the fight though. But I think they should send up something. Maybe they didn't get the memo. Who's the general? Maybe he thought who's the general. I don't know, but yeah, maybe he needs to actually check who's his general in a moment. But yeah, they're winning here as well. Champions of Dol Guldur. They're going to kill the old Mithril Guard. There's no archers here anymore. They've taken them all back, so they will just be able to keep cycle charging here with shock infantry, they will probably break through these mansion claimers and then the foot knights Dol Amroth as well, yeah. So that's a now viable choke point to try and go through. I'd maybe look at setting a few more resources there. Archers left. Yeah, we've got a bit of Prince's Marksman with ammo. What's this? Hunters here. Do they have ammo? No, they're out. They've got lots of chevrons. So yeah, not a lot of ammo left. And it's like, where do you use it? Where do you use it? At this point, I would say just any shock infantry that show the heads of the attackers. Like, just kill them.
The men are running! Stand and fight, damn you!
But not long left. Those pikes are still losing. They're down to 53 out of 110. I think the other one might have just broken as well. Certainly not there. I think it's gone. Yeah, it looks like it is dead. So that is finally gone as well. Doesn't really matter though, because most of the attacks here have kind of faltered. Heavy goblin archers are the only things left in that choke point. They're sending forward something. Goblin bodyguards. There's plenty more mountain orc traverses to go in. And Tomb Raiders also. So yeah, they haven't really got a lot to actually throw into there. The attackers are starting to get stretched themselves on where they can send stuff. Both down to less than 2,000. Allied man count is going to soon drop below 8,000 and be, yeah, there's not going to be a lot left, that's for sure. That is for sure. And they're chipping away at these Champions of Dornhill. Tomb Raiders and Champions of Dol Guldur doing it together. And I think, oh, they've nearly broken that. I was going to say they've nearly broken through there, but there's now archers arriving, which isn't going to make much of a difference. The archers are using what remaining ammo they have to shoot those champions, but it's not helping at all. Hunters of Khazad-dûm going up here. They're just going to provide some kills for these elite swords. Even at this weakened state, I generally believe that those will kill the hunters. Cav coming. Is he charging in? No, he's just setting them up here. Oh, this is the reason the pikes are losing. They're not in, or I don't know, or then maybe they have just routed. Maybe they weren't in pike formation. They've got their swords and shields out, but that might just be because now they're in melee. But they have routed those pikes. They have been killed off. Whether they weren't, I didn't bother to zoom in to look at them, but maybe they weren't in pike formation now I think about it. I don't know. Seeing Khamûl go in there now, so Khamûl's been sent in. That's a great unit to send in against Old Mithril Guard. I didn't realize they had a second one. My gosh. So yeah, they're sending in. Khazad-dûm's got his finest shock in there. So has the Orcs of the North. It's just going to come down to who has the more elites. Who has the more men, maybe as well. Balance power is shifting though in favor of the defenders bit by bit. Yeah, it's 1,000 against 1,500. That's not bad odds for a faction with dwarves. Like a team with dwarves amongst them. Not bad at all. And Dol Amroth, to be honest, as well, is a solid faction. So those odds are okay. But, I mean, the Orcs, they have only... There you go, they just dropped below 1,000 to have the defenders. The Orcs also just have, like, elites left. And that's actually, this pike has not died yet. I thought it had died. I think we just couldn't see its marker at some point. It still has 34 men left. Why? Just give in. Well, the Goblin King in here now, so both generals have been committed for the attackers. But yeah, that's got another chevron. Has that pike. It's insane. This, like I said, I think is honestly could be the way through. Oh, I hate this. I hate the camera over here. It really does not like being here. See, this could be the way through, I think. These Tomb Raiders generally are like really good. I mean, they're fighting really good units in fairness, but shock infantry, cycle them out, rest them up a little bit. They can do some damage here. Maybe I'm usually a guy that says I'm not a fan of the cycle out, but it might work in this situation. I don't know, actually. Pathfinding, maybe not. But they're winning anyway. Doesn't matter. Manchu claimers have already seen a lot of action. They're tired. They're pretty battered in their state. They're already at half strength. Same with the Knights of Dol Amroth. They're also, like, you know, tired. Oh, actually, they're winded. but the half strength as well. General under attack. Oh yeah. Well, I think actually he might be attacking. Not that it matters though, because yeah, the attackers have put everything onto the walls, so the general can't be used. That's smart actually. Everything. I think they pulled everything out. Did the defenders? So the attack is the same and sent everything onto the wall. That's really smart actually. Because now, yeah, you can't use that cavalry unless it gets to the final choke point. And fighting on these walls is definitely much better for the attackers. They can just kind of grind it out here. That gate was kind of not so advantageous. I think on these walls they're doing a lot better. This seems like happy. That gate they've been fighting there for so long. So long.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
700 though against 1,000. That is, yeah, it's close. It is close. And I think they're through. Yeah, those archers are routed, and our Tomb Raiders are through here. And now they can go across this bridge. Is the general's waiting here? Like, is he expecting them to come back? They can just cross that bridge now, and they can go for the cap point. Balin is gonna have to turn around. I was gonna say I don't know where he's going. But yeah, if the attackers act, they can just take this out. There is still some champions to Dol Amroth here. How actually did these Tomb Raiders get here? Champions. I don't know. Maybe these guys. Oh, these guys have chased them up. They've come off. They've come down from downstairs. They've come from down here. They've come up themselves. So that's how they've got there. I was like, have they pulled through? It's like, no, they haven't. They've just also used the same route as the attackers to get up into this wall. So we are back. The replay did randomly just sort of like crash just as we were getting to the end of this video. So I've reloaded it up and got us back to sort of where we left off. So yeah, sort of around the 6.5 minute mark, and you can see there the forces of evil have managed to kill off the champions of Dol Amroth, and now they are in fact traversing across this bridge here. We have champions of Dol Amroth leading the way. What is waiting for them? We have Baal in here with his Durin's Guard. Excellent stuff. I mean, really, I was going to say that general needs to get back up here. That's the Silver Swan. They need to get back up here. They're still managing to hold back the Goblin King at the moment. He's actually losing, along with his Goblin Bodyguard there. It looks like on the wall over here, Tomb Raiders are slapping up the Dwarves here. Cutting their way through those last few Dwarves. So some of the Legionnaires and then some Hunters as well. I can hear the cavalry going by. They are, yeah, on their way. And how have they managed that then? How have they gone around, or did they just pull through? I do not know. I think they pulled through. These champions, Dol Amroth, have just pulled through to get in behind these Baal and Durin's Guard, I think. But that's fine. So technically it's a rule break. They're going to get punished in a minute because that cavalry is going to arrive and it's going to just flatten them. And that's their punishment. That's why you don't pull through. You wouldn't have got flattened here. You wouldn't have lost like 40 key men. There you go. That's going to be some free kills there for the cavalry. And the champions of Dol Amroth wavering. And they will surely break very shortly. Barley's Durin Guard holding the line nicely. They're going to need to send forward that Kamul Easterling retinue, I feel like, because the Nazgul here, that is soon about to die. Hopefully they don't mass rout. I really am hoping they're not going to mass rout. Here comes Kamul's bodyguard in their very black sort of uniforms. On a day like today, you can easily see them, but in some maps which are pretty dark, these guys are pretty hard to pick out. But the Kamul bodyguard should hopefully even this up, if not turn it in favor of the forces of evil there. Cavalry still trying to cycle charge, I think, a little bit, doing what it can. Let's have a look at the other little pass. I don't know if they actually are going to get through. It looks like the Mandatory Claimers and the Knights of Dol Amroth here are holding on just about.
General has been killed.
There you go. General is dead. I'm going to guess that's the Goblin King one. Yeah, I think that's the Goblin King one is gone. Yeah, he's routing. And I think that's just GG for the Goblins there, which is a shame. And just in time, just in time for the defenders, because these Tomb Raiders just were on the wall. They were going to be able to flank around, get down these steps, flank. So yeah, like poor timing really for the attackers, but for the defenders, perfect timing. There with the death of that general and the mass rout of what remains of the Goblins. So it's the ice of fighting on here. Balin is winning slightly, actually. This Durance Guard is a goated unit. It really is. It's so hard to kill off. Such a pain. But yeah, it's slowly dying there. And as you can see, everything's smashed around. We still got the Tomb Raiders on the wall. Yeah, I don't think they want to come off the wall because of the cav as well. We're going to see Veterans of Khazad-dûm maybe get sent up here. I don't think they're going to win, though, Veterans. I would have said that if these Tomb Raiders can get a decent charge, they should rout those Veterans there, to be honest. And they're not really getting a charge, just kind of going in. I think they just kind of walked into each other. And the Veterans, yeah, they're holding. They're losing decisively there. There you go. There you go, as expected. The Pikes are, yeah, nearly spent. They're still alive. They're going to be able to take out those Mountain Orc Traverses, I'd imagine. And here we go. This is the tactic I was expecting the defenders to do. Pulling back Duran's Guard and then just letting the cav cycle charge. And they've got to somehow find a way around this. They've got to try and find a way to counter this, but it's not going to be easy. It's a very healthy cav unit. And then we've got a very, very unhealthy infantry units left here. Some of the cav has been caught on the retreat, but not a lot. And I feel like out of the two, you can attrition more on the infantry than the cavalry is going to. They fell back a little bit more. Oh, what have we got here? Duran's Mithril Guard. I think that's from the other defense over there. From this side here, and they are slowly bringing forces over to help deal with this threat. I mean, it's pretty impressive. Like the attack has got this low. I mean, it's 300 on either side now. It looks like the Mantra Claimers over here are finally dying. The Goblins all broke. Tomb Raiders also losing though. Everyone's losing in this one. I mean, there's not many that are going to come out of this siege alive. That's for sure. And yeah, the Tomb Raiders I think are starting to waver and rout. It looks like actually the Foot Knights, Dol Amroth, are the ones more likely to hold on. The Mantra Claimers are pretty much down to their last few men, and they are finally breaking. That shows how elite they are. We've got the Cav over here as well. They're doing the same shenanigans here. They're just sort of cycle charging. Don't know how these Tomb Raiders. Oh, they must have won on the wall, I guess. So the veterans have fallen back. And the Mountain Orc Traverses actually are beating the Territory Sentinels. But there's not enough of them left. I think we're going to see a mass rout in a second here. I think all it's going to take... the camera's having a fit. All it's going to take is that Nazgul to die, or just to rout, and I think that's going to start the collapse of the armies of evil. But they got so close. I was really rooting for them, like not necessarily to win, but to get like this, to get it this close. Because honestly, they looked like they were getting absolutely murdered at one point. And the player's actually pulling. Yeah, it looked like he was pulling through his Nazgul. I think he's trying to get him. I think he is trying to pull him through. Whether he's trying to end the battle, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing there. But there you go, a Pyrrhic victory. It came down to time in the end. And actually, yeah, the timer ran out. The armies weren't defeated, and the Dwarves and Dol Amroth have managed to hold on to Helms Deep by the skin of their teeth, but they've done a very, very good job. But yeah, this was sent in by Fluffy Duffy, who was playing as Dol Amroth. It was an insane siege, definitely. He certainly, I feel like, undersold it, just said it was a very intense siege. But yeah, definitely was very, very good. Definitely snack and drink worthy, that's for sure. I mean, we'll have a quick look at some of his kills. 115 kills here with the Knights of the Silver Swan. We've got 195 kills with the Foot Knights of Dol Amroth. 240 kills with another Foot Knight there. 399 kills, insane. I mean, they're going to have some massive kills because they're fighting much larger units. Champions of Dor Anil here getting 218 kills. 115 with another one, 119. But some of them, yeah, not having such a great time. I mean, the Watchman getting 84 kills is kind of impressive for them. 102 kills for this Territory Sentinel, not too shabby. But this one getting 830 kills. That is insane. I think that's the one that's been guarding sort of like the entry point from the deeping wall. 208 kills here with the Princess Marksman, 332 kills, 197, and then the Trebuchet getting 123. Then we have Ice Killer playing as Khazad-dûm. 106 kills with the Daredevil swords here. 304 kills with the Mansion Claimers. His Durin's Old Mithril Guard getting 419, 474. The Khazad Legionnaires, 265 kills, 137, 146. The Veterans of Khazad-dûm, 172, 312, 130 kills with those Guards of Durin's Gate. 306 kills with the Hunters of the Khazad-dûm. 539 with another one there. Insane. These guys did very well. Then we have Nikki playing as the Orcs of the North, getting 215 kills here with the Nazgul Sons of the Eye. High Chieftain's Guards, 171 kills, 122. 304 with the Gundabad Warlords is very good. His Shock, his Goblin Bodyguards got absolutely destroyed, but his Champions of Dol Guldur did okay, 170, 137. We've got Tomb Raiders getting 230 kills, 245. Kamul got 112, which is pretty low for that unit. Mountain Traverses getting 151, 155, and then the Sevens of the Eye getting 170 kills and 114. Then we have Verachit playing as Vierachit, I don't know, playing as the Goblins, getting 120 kills with his Goblin Blade Warriors there, but yeah, most of his swords kind of didn't have a great time. One hit, one of his Black Shield Guards getting 181 kills. His Shock, yeah, is like, actually all of his Shock really struggled, sort of 73, 89 is the best of any of his Shock, outscoring his Goblin Bodyguards, those Mordor Uruks there, well done to them. His Archers, 90 kills, 83, 81, and his Trolls, 7 and 4. Oof, that's why you need to, send them forward when, there's no ammo, because those crossbows will eat them up, and you just waste a load of, that's like 3 grand wasted there. Alone. But there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days Siege battle. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, I want to see more. Do remember, leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And do check out some of the videos appearing on your screen now. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one.